Well, this is looking super clear today. Hey guys, welcome back to this pick a card. I shall see separately. These will probably all tie in together. So if that happens, then I'll probably do away with the pick a cards completely, since the majority of them always end up tying in together. Okay, so as usual, we have three groups. Group 1 is this black obsidian or this black and white feather. Group 2 is the red feather with this other, I think it's a black obsidian as well. And then group 3 is the blue jay feather, and this is blue sandstone. Oh yeah, blue jay and blue sandstone. So, as usual, if you're drawn to more than one group, that's okay as well. I think this is a fake feather, but I found it on the side of the road, so I still took it. Took it as, you know, a gift from the universes. I've got a lot of black and red going on here too, I'm just now noticing. So as usual, you know, if you're drawn to more than one group, sweet. This is supposed to be messages from your shadow self though. You guys might be getting that message that you're doing shadow work or going through a dark night of the soul. So thought I would shuffle on camera, and we're going to get 3 cards from this deck. This deck is called the Dark Mirror deck. We shall see. Can we get one for group 1, please? Angel, spirits, and guides for the messages from their shadow self for group 1. Now group 2, please and thank you. Shadow self messages for group 2. Any more for group 2? 2 more. And then group 3. I like it when they pop over because it's more validation, right? Actually, I think these 4 for you, group 3. On the bottom of the deck, we've got Grace. Your name might be Grace, but something about graceful movement right now. I don't even feel like shuffling these. On the bottom of the deck, we have Temptation. Oh. Temptation. And we have these moon cards, which are really good too. I love all my cards, honestly. I always like to try to incorporate as many as I can into these reads, because there's so many awesome freaking decks, and I don't even have half. I mean, there's thousands upon thousands out there. Shadow self messages. Let's do this. This is one of my first decks. This is called Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. I feel like our shadow selves could be somewhat considered as a hidden realm. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Dragon's Duel, Inner Conflict, Morality, and Conscious Choice. Awake and Aware. And then I'm getting some tarot to start what the situation is for each of you that's involving or triggering the shadow work. Should have wrote these questions down. 2 more cards for group 1 involving the situation around the shadow work. Thank you. 3 cards for group 2. 3 cards for group 2. 1 more card for group 2. Sod. I felt it. Group 3. 3 cards for group 3. All of those? That's too many for me right now. My left side and my right brain are arguing over which cards to take. We'll just do that. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 6 of Swords. So indeed, if anything, my loves, you are going to be coming out of troubled waters. Some of you may be just now embarking upon this journey of working and doing shadow work and going into dark night of the soul. But see the big bright sun? There is light at the end of that, okay? Just know that whatever is coming your way, you'll get through. You'll be able to skim over the surface of it. Look at that. I cut the deck. There's the sun, the chariot. This girl is on fire. Always reminds me of the Hunger Games. Girl catching fire, right? So, I shall be back with group 1. Alright, group 1, as I hit record at 1:44, by the way. I went ahead and was trying to get a feel of what's going on here. I had hand wrote some cards earlier, and I'm not done with them, but I was guided to get them for these reads. Okay, so what I'm gathering here is we've got outgoing, but underneath it says sought after. So this is either, okay, keep in mind this could be your past, your present, or your potential near future. Not only talking about you, but people and situations, or even animals around you. Okay, and this is clearly, you know, a family card, right? The 8 of Cups and then the High Priestess. But whenever I see this, it's like the 8 of Cups in tarot shows essentially like walking away from something, turning your back, and there could have been potential family members Also, you might be getting, if you're confiding in people around you and they're saying, oh no, you can't, like, that's your family, honey, you can't do that. Yes, you can. Yes, you fucking can. Especially if it's more of a, toxic situations aren't safe to our emotional and our mental well-being. So it's quite all right to just disconnect. This has come out a lot, actually, about disconnecting from family. Is this me? Envious gluttony. Maybe you've been a little jealous of your siblings around you who do seem to have really good, perfect lives and families. I won't cry for you, okay? You don't want people to feel sorry for you. You get angry whenever you do get upset about these. And you're like, you get pissed off at yourself when you do start to get emotional about it. Also, these family members are the way, for some of you, they're that way towards you because they're jealous of you. They're jealous of what you have. They're jealous because they can see the potential within you and they didn't have it. I know we do have to find compassion and forgiveness for our parents because our parents raised us the only way they knew how, which is how they were conditioned by their parents, and they have their own emotional and mental trauma that an inner child healing to do that they had no idea about. Your shadow self is trying to help you find you. And you might be saying, is this me? That's not like me to want to turn around and just be fucking fed up with this stuff. You're finally throwing your hands in the air and you're like, I give. I'm tired of trying. I'm tired of appeasing everybody, trying to do for everybody, trying to make everybody else happy. And now it's like, okay, that you turn around and you focus on yourself. Also, there might be some envious towards, well, I already said that, towards the other people or family members that seemingly have these, these perfect families and home lives. There's a huge transition here, though, it says. What else can we see? Yeah, see how she's got blood here? And she's got blood in her hand? It's like, it's okay. Because, you probably have friends around you whom are closer to you than any of your family members. Hell, you might not have anybody, though, who you feel really actually knows you on a deeper level. For others, you are transitioning out of that defensiveness. Maybe you get really defensive when your family comes up and starts trying to talk to you about something. Say, there's some addictions or habits that you've been dealing with for a long time, and you might get really defensive in this, or how you've treated them in the past. Contemplation and surrender. So you've been thinking a lot about this, group 1, about your community and the people around you, and wanting to, when are you going to get people who seem to care and really get you on a deeper level? It's like you're putting out this flame that you thought was what family was supposed to be for you and to you. You're putting that out and you're igniting something towards something else. The idea of community that you can seek out, there's lots of social media platforms where you can find like-minded individuals. One more card for this community card, please. You might want to look up what the High Priestess energy is, too. Yeah, people who think like you. Okay? And we have self-victimization in the reverse. So this is probably coming from a situation where you blamed yourself a lot for how these people treated you and how they acted towards you. And they gave you that guilt. They rode hard. They rode the guilt train really hard. and maybe even verbalize, hey, it's your fault I feel this way. It's your fault. How dare you make me feel that way? You make me feel like I'm a bad parent. I can't believe you. Like, they really maybe chastised you for speaking the truth and what you saw. You're releasing the self-victimization. Because also, it was like, instead of seeing it from the outside perspective, you did blame yourself. You're like, oh my gosh, you know? But this is balancing for you, and justice will be served, okay? Some people may have come at you maliciously. Transformation again. Transformation was here a while ago. Divine love. Practical intuition. Following your intuition, listening to it. And there's some people who are just going to be really, they don't even realize it, but they're very jealous of you, and there's something within you, within your life, that they're just like, oh, I can't stand her. I don't like her. She does this. She acts this way. She thinks she's holier than thou. It sounded really familiar to me right now, number one. But anyways. And you're realizing you just need yourself. You just need yourself and your own divine love and your own nurturing. You might be having really dark thoughts also about people or situations around you, and you're going, oh my gosh, is this me? What is this going on here? And actually I'm being drawn to read the book meaning for that one as well, so let's do that really quick. I cannot recognize myself, but I'm still me. A dark fantasy female warrior with pale skin is enshrouded by a scanty spiked bikini armor. She holds a fanged bat-hilted sword against a background of fire and ruin. The sentence is, I cannot recognize myself as I can't remember the road that led me here. How can I see the road ahead? And it's like you're usually, maybe you're just all usually pretty easygoing, doesn't like conflict, stays away from conflict, avoids hurting people's feelings, avoids confrontation, but then all of a sudden it's like you're putting this dark armor on, and you're like not afraid to voice the matter of the opinion, or the opinion of the matter, not afraid to voice how situations are making you feel anymore. This card is not about an affirmation, but rather a question. Is this me? Can I recognize myself? I lost the road I had once. The last time I stopped to really think about it in my heart, I feel like maybe like the high school girl that went to the prom. But truly I am now 45 and I weigh thrice. I feel my true self as the kid that wanted to play soccer with Real Madrid. All this while punching numbers on an Excel file out in an insurance office. It is not necessarily something negative as a dream or lost or corrupted. I could see myself as love is the most important thing in my life, but actually I have a very well-paid job that makes me travel and I sleep alone in hotel rooms. When did we last look at ourselves in the mirror? Do we like what we are? Make no excuses, because the choices which made what we are our responsibility. If an old dream is dead, it's time to dream anew. If the old dream is alive, it's time to go back to it. I cannot recognize myself, but I am still me. Acceptance. The stage for this is acceptance. Accepting, like weighing the pros and cons about yourself. Maybe you've embraced the dark side of yourself. Forgiving. Some people are operating, okay, the people you're receiving negative feedback or negative intent, whatever it is, negative, they're very envious of you, okay? Also, group one, this older woman here, I feel like some of you guys have been really pondering death, life and death, and you guys will be growing to a ripe old age, I see here. Let's see what this card is. Survival, false promises. Exactly. You have been in survival mode the majority of your childhood and your adult life. So now you're realizing like all the false promises that were made. There's a transformation within yourself though, and we have to embrace this darkness within ourselves. Seeing everything as black or white, right or wrong, that just doesn't cut it anymore. Okay, you're taking the sword and you're cutting through the thick of it into the heart of the matter and seeing the truth. And these things, I feel like this is maybe have yet to happen for you. Actually, since I've got one card here, let's get another card for this middle section. Generosity, receiving, withholding, being generous with your love and compassion, being generous with your family. And then over here, spirit communication and paying attention, practical intuition. So following your intuition, it's going to lead you somewhere. It's going to lead you back to the road of integrity within yourself and compromise. There's a rabbit here, there's a rabbit here. And this is the hawk prince. So hawks may be of significance to you as well. You're healing within you what your mom and your dad were unable to heal. They didn't even know this was a thing right now, you know? They didn't even know there was an option to heal your inner wounds and your inner childhood trauma. Yeah, you're liberating, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. So again, there's those negative thoughts, those darker thoughts may be coming up into your mind. And it's just to show you parts of your shadow self, because she's always going to be there. He or she is always going to be there. It's just and our ego is always going to be there as well. We just have to learn to work with them, balancing our masculine and our feminine energy, and also integrating our ego, healing our inner child, our inner teenager. You're probably trying to balance a lot of your masculine energy. Some of your masculine energy has been the journey card is here, and also the path card. What were those meaning? Yeah, it's gonna be, it's work. It's work to heal yourself. It is work. But it only gets hard if you keep resisting the transformation that's trying to happen. Because I know there's some things that we've done in our lives, mistakes that we've made, and it's not always the most wonderful thing to talk about. Some things that we don't like talking about, and some things that we push down deep, and we even get in denial within ourselves. About situations that happened with us. Maybe it's a significant other that you feel is what's going on with this whole thinking pattern and stuff. False person, adjudication, occupation, and mature man. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is that somebody is seeing things from the wrong perspective. They're seeing from the falseness, assuming, going under assumption, involving the relationship with the man, and also the relationship with like your occupation. Let's see. A lot of conflict and defeat. Okay, this is pushing you like, but see how he's going down the steps though? See, you've been doing this, shedding this, what you've been conditioned with. Maybe you had to grow up too soon, you had to help take care of your younger siblings. And when we're in constant survival mode and we start to come out of it, it's downhill, okay? It's an easier fall. It's easier to go down and spiral downward into the not so great darkness of things, instead of trying to put in forth the effort of uplifting ourselves and having discipline within ourselves to try to see the brighter perspective, the brighter side of things, okay? but you're doing it. You're releasing the negative thought patterns, and sometimes the only way out of it is straight fucking through it, group 1. Number 5, this is changing for you. No more conflict and inner defeat. You're focusing on yourself because you have a lot of willpower, and there could have been something, some wild imagination, some crazy assumptions. We're going back to the assumptions here that are coming to fruition now, because when we focus on things we don't want to happen, and our fear is really fueling those thought patterns, we unintentionally bring them to fruition. So this might be what you're going to be going through before long, is unfortunately the downfall, but you see how the light is still shining on him. Whatever is going on, inner, outer conflict and bickering, arguing with yourself, arguing with others, it's going to go away. Okay, this too shall pass. Where's those cards at? Right there, thank you. Can we get another card for that set right there? Setting better boundaries with yourself. Ego just came to mind. Somebody doesn't like that word ego, and it has, you know, the word egotistical doesn't have a very good ring to it, right? On the bottom of the deck we have nourishment. So you could be being placed in a situation where you have no reason, I almost said reason, but you have no other option but to take care of yourself and nurture yourself. And maybe the boundaries you thought that were good for you were coming from a false place, because we have the word false here twice. False promises and false person. So this could have been, you know, false promises from that false person within your family dynamics or whomever from your past. But setting better the boundaries you thought you had that were supposed to be there is like the negative thought pattern, the conditioned beliefs, and you're releasing those. What's here? In self-reflection around yourself and how you view yourself, because you've been conditioned to believe a lot of different things about yourself, and everything that you believe about yourself has been felt like it's from outside influence. So relying on others to appease us and to make us feel better about things and to make us feel better about ourselves, that's not the way to go. And you're going to be realizing this soon, group 1. You hold the key. You are the fucking key. Because you are very resilient. You're strong, and you've carried a lot of stuff, the weight of the world on your shoulders for a long time, not in just this lifetime, but other lifetimes as well. So you're bringing this sense into balance, okay? Things that are being hidden from you are being hidden for a reason, and you will soon realize. I feel like she's holding the full moon here by the next full moon cycle, which is in the next 2 weeks. This is August 28th, 828. So also these messages are timeless, okay? But there's this need to focus on your transition, on your transformation, on your embodiment of yourself, of your beauty within yourself, seeing the good within you. And then whenever you start to do that and you acknowledge and you come into this, look at that change you're blossoming through, having patience with yourself, you know, and going into these creative modes, your blueprints are going to be coming out as well, activated. But you're protected as you go. And again, the masculine energy here, healing the masculine side of things. Whoa. Pleasure in reverse, but look, that blue butterfly, where'd she go? Right here. What does that mean for you? Not relying on outside influences. Whew. Closing messages? Closing messages for group 1. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Releasing judgment of yourself, releasing judgment of others, releasing fear of judgment. There's another card here for you, actually, group 1. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Well, I had a conversation with somebody earlier today about this situation. It's crazy how that shit comes up, huh? Yep, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Reflection. You're going to be taking action on these if you're not already. So I feel like for group 1, maybe you have already been going through a lot of the shadow work. And then there's some stuff that you're resisting that you know needs to be acknowledged within yourself. And this could be, you know, oh, my tendency to exaggerate things or do little white lies to make myself look better. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So not comparing yourself to others. Or saying, oh, if I had this, if only I could do this, I'd be better. I'd feel better. No, nothing good is what the blessings or the manifestations that you're wanting to bring into you are going to stay halted until you get through these, and where you know without a shadow of a doubt that you deserve in your core the good that is coming toward you. It's going to happen. You just have to fall before you fly, group 1, because you do have a purpose here. Trust it. Trust yourself. Trust your inner voice as you go through this growth, okay? And try to learn how to discern ego and imagination from intuition, because when we go by assumption, that gets jumbled up in the process, and our intuition gets harried by fear and fear of judgment, okay? Being of service to others, I feel good when I can help others, and focusing on your health, also honoring your physical vessel that enshrines your soul. This is all I have for you, group 1. I hope it helps. I hope it resonated. I hope it made sense to you all. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. Love and light. Group 2. Holy cow. I'm just trying to get some clarity on you guys. And I have to show you this. The Chariot was clarified by the frickin' Chariot, okay? So I feel like this for you guys, the energy is gaining momentum for emotional fulfillment, okay? Group 1 is running into group 2, okay? This is kind of like the same scenario, but I'm going to continue with this read, and next time I know better than to do any fucking pick of cards. Everything is just messaged together. So now, from here on out, everything is just going to be general reads, okay, guys? Just an FYI. Might have the occasional pick a card from time to time, but I was focusing on the wrong things within my skill sets. Yeah, let's get a third card here. Achievement. It's like an emotional offer, an offer of some sort. There's going to be achievement in this situation, though. The broomstick's really pointing out. And again, sometimes we have to fall before we fly. There's defeat, but you were resilient. And a little resistant in playing as well. An abundance of play. Letting the inner child come out and play. You might be coming out of the cycle of defeat, where you felt defeated within a relationship. Just because it says the lovers doesn't mean it has to be romantic either. Collaboration. Also, I'm noticing there's like these stones, these etched stones, so a contract comes to mind. The energy could be gaining momentum for you guys to start with the contract of why you guys decided to meet up in this lifetime at the time you did meet up. For some of you who are still single and still looking for that person, you know, maybe you're in like with somebody or talking to somebody right now, and there could be this emotional offer coming towards you from them. Yeah, somebody's going to take action soon. You're going to take action towards them. This person you like, it's easy for you to be yourself around. You really let your inner child come out and play. If we're ever in a relationship with people and we're afraid to let our silly side show, and you're fearing judgment of that person, then you're not completely in it. I feel you're not completely wholeheartedly in that relationship, because if we still have insecurities about and fear of how people see us or what they might think about us, then there's still something within us that we need to heal and release and forgive. Yeah, there's a rebirth coming for you. Let's see what these other cards are, though. I'm going to pick these up, though. What? Butterfingers. I just got nervous, so maybe you guys are a little nervous about a situation around you. This was supposed to be messages from your shadow self, but it's turning into something else. Queen of my world, coming out over the Lovers. Parasite. Forgetting oneself. So I feel like the parasite is attached to you. The parasite is that lower vibrational fear and ego. Queen of my world, maybe this person treats you like they're the queen of your world, or maybe this is what you're wanting from this person, okay? But somewhere along the line, you've forgotten yourself. The energy is gaining momentum for discipline and armor and boundaries. Yeah, group 1 got boundaries card as well, so they're tying together. I'm feeling drawn to read you the book meaning for Parasite, so let me get that really quick for you. Number 19. I'm getting the shivers as well. Goosebumps and kind of cold. When the only answer to lack of self is when the only answer to lack of self-efficiency is to cling to another one. So again, it's like you're clinging to an outside influence to appease yourself. But what is needed here is for you to feel like queen of your own world, the star of your own show. You've forgotten yourself because you've conditioned yourself around what you thought society expected of you or what other people expected of you. Again, I'm going to say it one more time. I'll probably repeat it more than once. It's coming from group 1. Healing ourselves, learning to love ourselves, and build our self-esteem and our confidence takes fucking work. It takes discipline. It takes action. If you're not disciplining yourself, if you're not setting better boundaries with yourself on how you're viewing, better boundaries with your ego, especially on those negative thinking patterns, you're just going to stay stuck in that rut. A long-haired man with a pale face, heavy eyelids, a dull golden chain drapes over his forehead. That's a he, not a her, okay? Around his body and through his body, a poisonous ivy grows and clings subtly to him. So this is saying you have the ability to shed this from you. You have the ability to break these vines and release it from you because it's all within yourself. The sentence is, what can't survive alone will seek company, but instead of growing together, they will wither together. Okay, hold on. The going dark message for Parasite. Relationships are not a zero-sum game. Of course, using each other is part of the game, but it's quite different when use take the shape of supporting rather than manipulating or exploiting. In the long run, a good relationship is a win-win, where the more I give, the more I get, and the other way around. Still, it's not always like this, is it? Not just in bad relationship. In the short run, bad is bound to happen, even in the house of true love. We cling, we bite, we hunger for safety and freedom and support, and on the other side, we get mangled, bitten, demanded on. Well, it happens. It happened, and it will happen again and again. It is part of the game, but if it happens too often, it creates a toxic environment. It doesn't matter if we are the victim or the perpetrator, as poison is shared equally. One gets the pain, another one gets the advantage, but the toxic part, they both get. Fully. A parasite, a leash, kills itself as much as it kills the host. It sacrifices the journey to the destination and then the destination to its own failures. The problem is not living as sheep, but the true problem is living as a sheep for 100 years. And I'm going to forgetting oneself as well. Time is an eternal present, not fleeing but locked. No progress is no regress either. So in group 1, it was mentioning being stagnant, being stuck, maybe feeling like nothing's changing. You keep getting messages, prosperity's coming, happiness, wealth, luxury, whatever. But you're like, nothing has been changing, because nothing within you is changing, my dear number 2s. You're not disciplining yourself. You're not taking action. You're not working on yourself. You're not taking that guidance and that advice that your spirit team is trying to show you and your higher self is trying to give you, okay? Eating the lotus flower, numbing our identity to go by the sound of music that was never ours. So it's like, again, finding more discipline within yourself, releasing some of this armor and taking off that false mask. He's got a mask on as well. And I feel like this, let's go that way. Okay, we're done with that book. So let's get over here to some more of these. I'm not judging. I'm just the fucking messenger. Don't shoot me, okay? I'm just saying what I see in the cards and what's coming through. So if I trigger you, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Queen and queen. Oh, I just didn't realize I put queen over queen. Maybe within the lover situation, you forgot yourself. You forgot that there were two parts of a relationship. It's not just one-sided. Well, they don't do this for me and they don't do that and I don't get this from them, and you think you're giving to them what they feel like they need to show them how much you love them, but are you really speaking their love language? If they're not speaking yours in return, and are you really speaking theirs, or are you just going by assumption on what you think they want or how they want it? Truth. Oof. Healing the grief. Wow, we've got boundaries twice, and I think group 1 got boundaries twice as well. This could have been something you've been going through, a grieving process, okay? And maybe you're just feeling like you've lost something, but this isn't, I don't feel like this was a loved one around you that you lost. You might have been actually grieving a shedded part of yourself. Shedding part of that ego. Lepidolite is useful for balancing the emotions. Dealing with grief is a delicate matter. One-handed, the emotions must be felt, acknowledged, and honored. You must be fully present with your feelings. On the other hand, you must have faith that there is light beyond the darkness. Processing grief requires delicate touch combined with strength. The saying says, I have suffered a great loss. I feel shattered and lost. I am gentle with myself as I process this loss. I comfort myself with the knowledge that there is light beyond the darkness. So this in turn, saying, I have suffered great loss. I feel shattered and I felt lost. Just vocalizing that to yourself so your soul can continue to grow. Sometimes it's just as easy as that, and maybe that's the truth that you were needing to speak upon yourself, is that you have some things around you that could use to be healed. There's thinking patterns that need to be healed, and this 24 and 25 is telling me that you're right where you're supposed to be. Everything is happening how it was supposed to and how it was intended, okay? I just lost my train of thought, so I guess we'll stop there. Yeah, having a new innate sense of awareness. 2 number 1 cards here as well. 1101, 1111. I've got 1010 here as well. Surrender to this awareness that is trying to surrender the self-victimization. Memories are memories, right? We all see things from a different perspective. What else can I go for here? Group 2. Releasing the should've, could've, would've. What is the truth and the Lovers forgetting oneself? Can I get more clarity on that? Yeah, seeing it, needing to see it from a different perspective. 22 here again. 22 popped up in group 1. But, there's a passed on father figure that's trying to help you see it. It's giving you messages. Separating yourself from a female figure who's very false in your life. This is future for you. This is in the future for you. Seeing the truth of within somebody. I said it didn't have to be a romantic relationship, okay? So this could be healing from a mother figure in your life that is past also, or maybe they're still living. And something about a house. Maybe you were left a house. Or left something. Maybe you were left money and somebody was, you know, telling you, hey, that's not yours, that's mine. You know, maybe somebody got really angry at how the will played out. Expect good things, though. Expect good things. And look, there's the Lovers again. Thief, poverty, sudden wealth, unexpected income, on the road. You might be concerned about this person's health as well. Concern revolving health, but there is a change. Whatever this situation is, it triggered thoughts of change, okay? It might have, it might take a little bit, but it's making them think twice about how, you know, it's like they're maybe realizing that they put too much work into something, or maybe you're realizing you put too much effort and too much energy into something. You're not taking time to smell the roses. You're imprisoning yourself with this thought of, oh, I have to go make the money, make the money, make the money. But there's this sense of needing to focus on family and not realizing that some of our family members are in a lower vibrational state. This is all part of all y'all's journey, okay? Everyone is knowing everybody right now. Wealthy man, occupation, main male, courtship, house, within the house dynamics, within the family, within your community, man. And your children as well. You might be concerned about your children. You might be going through a custody battle, okay, with an older woman. It's going to take a lot of work. Whatever this is, it's going to take a lot of work for you guys. It takes time and effort. And right now you can't help people who don't want to help themselves, right? But something triggered, there's a change that has been triggered within somebody, okay, regarding the health card. Also, this passed on loved one is concerned for your health, group 2. And again, group 1, I feel like they had the whole self-love, you know, put yourself as privileged. Put yourself on a pedestal, group 2. Quit waiting for other people to do it. Quit waiting for other people to make you the queen of their world. You become the queen of your own world. And if you're lacking physical affection, there could be something within the child, the inner child, that needs to be healed on that too. Fear of intimacy, maybe something that could have stemmed from a past life. These cards are not wanting to work with me. As I say that, I want to reach over here and get a past life card. Huh. Transportation. There was another card on here that had a train. So something about a train. Maybe the train's going by, or you're waiting for the train to go by. Imprisonment and slavery is here again, and spirituality and religion. So somebody is really caught up in their head about how they're, you know, oh my gosh, there's more to stuff than I realized, you know, like there's transformation within these people, okay? Everybody's on their healing journey. They've got a lot of battles going on within them that they're not voicing. You have a lot of wisdom within you, group 2, to help this person, okay? Somebody you live with. Somebody you live with. seeking out spiritual help, spiritual guidance, plant medicines. Okay, so your counterpart is healing grief from a passed on loved one, father figure. I'm just now realizing this is going for whoever's viewing this right now. This is for your honey or your divine counterpart, okay? And then over here, this is you, queen of your own world, queen of cups, giving yourself emotional offers, releasing rigid boundaries that you had because they're not serving it. You're needing to open those boundaries and set different ones up, or you're going to be doing that, okay? Holy crap, the wisdom card again. And sovereignty. Bitch, look at this. Queen, queen, queen. The queen of my double wide trailer with the polyester curtains and the redwood deck. Oh, shoot. Wisdom. Gaining a lot of wisdom right now. Maybe you are researching and reading and just going down the rabbit holes in these conspiracy theories and spirituality and religion and cultures, you know. Culture shock just came to mind as well. But, there's an understanding that's going to take place, okay? Right now you're being called to go with the flow, though, group 2, okay? Because this going with the flow will bring you to freedom. Emotional contentment and fulfillment is the bee's fucking knees, okay? Freedom from what you feel like you're responsible for also within your home dynamics, because the house came out a lot. The house came out a lot. Delusions. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. Okay. I can't remember if it was said here in group 1, but there's that message again about not taking action towards the things you want to happen in your life. Like, your spirit team keeps giving you guidance and sending you signs. Some of you might not be seeing the signs just yet. You might not be seeing those angel numbers and all that, but look, we've got 1919 here also. And even 22 again, where you might be seeing mirroring numbers. Anything that's repeating in your life, okay? You have to take action. If you want something to change within your relationship, you have to keep vocalizing and communicating. That's one word they haven't used with me yet, was communication is key. Communication is key within yourself, within your spirit team, with yourself, mostly right now, because you've forgotten yourself. This parasite has attached to you, and I think you're slowly breaking free from it. Yeah, it's imprisoned you. It's really brought you down a level, couple of levels. There's a surprise coming towards you, a gift of some sort. Somebody might want to gift you, like, something about house cleaning, or somebody might want to help you clean, or maybe you're wishing you had, like, one of those monthly maids to come in. Let's see what this card is. Releasing the mask. Okay, so what's going on the inside is completely different than what's being projected on the outside. Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Shadow attributes is using humor to wound rather than liberate. Denial of your emotional truth. We've got truth here. We've got forgetting oneself. Denial of your emotional truth. I want to get another card here. Smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Okay, so the guilt part came up in group 1, of course. You might have been healing from a mother-lit figure who had, in reflection, you realized that they had just inflicted a lot of guilt upon you, played the martyr, and made you feel bad about speaking or voicing your opinion or your truth, or just being honest in situations. And this could be the grief that you're healing, group 2. That's the parasite that is attached to you. It's like you're finding this freedom, and it's leading you towards bigger responsibilities, but responsibilities that you'll be happy to have. You'll find joy within them. get another card here. Maybe you gossip with your mother. Maybe this is saying, you know, be careful about that, because you're giving, when we gossip about other people and we're going by assumptions or how we view certain people, and then you're planting seeds into your mother's ear and mother's head, and you're putting preconceived notions about people before she even meets them. So they've already got judgment upon a person before they even meet them. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. Shadow says, thrives on the power of passing on private or secret information, betraying confidences. Okay, so I think group 1, it might have been this one, had mentioned about somebody betraying your trust, or, you know, thought they were confident in giving you truth. There's a new beginning here, though. The person you did this to, you've got fear of facing your own demons here as well. The time has come. You just must acknowledge, if you gossiped about other people and you were going by assumption, oh, they think they're this and they just think they're better than everyone, and I just know this is going on behind closed doors and blah blah blah, you know, like, you don't even know, right? You haven't really you hadn't heard any evidence of that's what was going on. So, like, this need to release this denial around the situation will help you. This will help you towards freedom as well. So if you feel inclined to do so, maybe this was a misunderstanding between friends or family members, and there's this need to reach out and apologize too. This card right here. One more card for this, wisdom and sovereignty. Discernment, okay? That's in reverse. Number 10 again. I've got 10, 10, 10. Just like group 1, they were talking about our imagination and our fear and our ego and our assumptions clouds our intuition, and sometimes information comes in, or we feel like the information is coming in that's valid, and it's not. It's just coming from an imaginative place. Some of the stuff that you might feel is intuitive info. If you're having problems with this, or this sounds familiar, ask your team for validity when these ideas come to your head, okay? If you can't get a sign saying, yeah, you're right on that, then you're probably wrong, group 2. I'm sorry to say. Again, I'm sorry if I trigger you, but I'm just the messenger. I'm just the freaking messenger. So you're probably already aware that you need to have better boundaries with yourself and release some form of armor and communicate also with those around you. Group 2, this is all I have for you. I hope it helps. I hope it resonated. Love and light. Alright, so I wasn't even sure if I was going to continue with this pick a card because it's all tying together, group 3. But you know what? I got to finish what I started, okay? So, group 3, for those of you that chose the blue sandstone, I think this is man-made actually, but you know, whatever. It's pretty and sparkly, or the blue jay feather. So let's see, group 1 and group 2 tied into each other, so let's see what this has got going. The 7 of Wands. Yeah, this is a little different. The Ace of Wands. The 8 of Swords. King of Pentacles. You're really going through it, group 3. A lot of mental upheaval. There could be a lot of things you're worrying about too, group 3. I'm sorry. You will burn this place down when you get angry, won't you, group 3? Look at you though. You know, there's going to be you stepping into your power and holding your own. And there's going to be a lot of people, you know, trying to tear you down and bring you down. It's good. God dang it, I'm freezing. It's freezing in this house. Let's see what else we got for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oof. The King of Pentacles. Pentacles does signify material wealth. and finances as well, but I feel more for you, it's material wealth, creation. There's transition here, okay? This too shall pass. They just showed me this deck. Ooh. Are you my left kidney. I just felt like something jabbed me in my left kidney. Don't let pride get in your way, group 3. Tis okay. Oh, look, and there you are again. Okay. Don't let pride get in your way. There's a transition. Maybe there's a lot of things on your mind for you to talk about this King of Pentacles or talk to, and it's like, you know, oh, well, they won't listen to me, or I can't change their mind, or, you know, they never take any of the advice that I say to them, but don't let that get in your way, okay? Group 3. Exactly. They're saying, like, you always think, well, nothing will come of that situation. What does it matter if I say anything? Nothing will change. But the energy is gaining momentum for you on this. Meditation and contemplation. A fire climax approaches. Communication is key, group 3. I like this finally changed up. Group 1 and 2 reign together, and a personal issue will reach resolution. There's exploration, though. Exploring your wild side, exploring your dark side, exploring your shadow self. Somebody has been forced to rest. There's great power. You might be needing to rest. You could be a fire sign, but you might be needing to rest because you're about to have a lot of stuff go on for you. A lot of things that you brought into fruition. A lot of manifestations coming in. Your loved ones will be safe, okay? It's okay for you to step back and just take a little breather. Luck is coming your way. Something about a 4-leaf clover here also. You might want to look up the actual tarot meaning behind the Ace of Wands as well. This is like, the wand signifies energy, so I feel like you could be getting a great idea on creating or bringing forth something like, oh my gosh, that's what I can manifest. That's what I can bring in for me. And actually now I feel like you might have been really up in your head about this, thinking, well, I can't bring that towards me. That's just too much. I'm asking too much. You are not asking the universe for too much, my loves. And see how all these rods are pointing at, you know, it's like, we're going to change this again. It's like you overcoming all of these, like all the people that pointed fingers at you and said, you can't do that. What are you thinking? You can't. There's no way. Rest is needed at this time, though. There's a transition here. You're moving from victim mentality into standing in your power and owning it and taking accountability and responsibility. Obsession, sacrifice, calling the storm. You've been avoiding talking to this person because you know it will create, or you're thinking it will create problems. You have the power of the divine on your side, though. 373. I'm going to get a few more cards, actually. Can we get another card about something you might be obsessing over? A thought pattern? Who are you obsessing about? Peaceful among thorns. Okay, there could be this. Okay, the don't let pride get in your way again is coming to mind when somebody asks you how is it going, and you're like, I'm fine, everything's fine, I'm good, but honestly you're like almost dying inside potentially. Peaceful among thorns, like, so again, this is kind of coming. Group 2 had this similar message. What was being reflected on the outside is not what's going on the inside, and it's like it's second nature for you to just be like, I'm good, to not let other people know what you're battling and what you're fighting and defeating against. It's a sacrifice to love. Downcast your pride. You know, oh well, that's my Aries attitude. If we want to go there with me, I'm an Aries sun, so not blaming it on the label of our zodiacs. You know, And one reason why you came here was to fight through this fire and to get comfortable with these things that you're not comfortable with right now. Speaking your mind, communicating with somebody. Come out of that mindset of, oh, well, what I say doesn't matter. You set the intention that it will matter. If you know, maybe put your foot down about something. Is there anything else here? One more card for calling the storm. The child I was meant to be. You're going to help this person heal their inner child. They've got deep-seated wounds from this lifetime. The father figure is coming back to mind. How the father figure conditioned them to believe men don't cry. Girls are supposed to be in the kitchen barefoot and pregnant, whatever. Helping them release the parasites around this. Gilded regret. Shoulda, coulda, woulda again. Let me get this book meaning. Number 8. Tones of lemon yellow and plum magenta with castings of sky blue and bright morning white. The serene face of a woman with gentle gestures holds a small growing plant made of dreams and new leaves. So also nurturing that inner self. You got to take all this armor off, group 3. You've got to completely shield down, stand down, and nurture that inner child. And maybe this is the communication part. Maybe that's something. It could be as easily as one little sentence that was said to you in childhood, like, don't talk about that, or why are you asking me that? Don't ask questions like that. That instantly condition you to believe that it wasn't okay to ask questions or to communicate. There's something there, and as you heal this within yourself, you're helping to heal something in your family dynamics. An instant of clarity is the light I needed. Holy crap. So what you have to say, what you have to communicate to this person is the clarity in that moment that is needed. You're like, okay, I know this might ruffle some feathers here, but I have to vocalize this. And this is a sacrifice you're going to be willing to make, group 3. You're willing to downcast your pride, throw your pride aside, and to not be in this, I want to be peaceful among thorns all the time. I'm going to communicate as hard and as clear and as concisely as I possibly can. And you might not realize it, but you've been exploring the communicative skills for the past couple of months. The energy is gaining momentum here. Okay. Next card. Wisdom. Power of the divine is on your side, and you have an immense amount of knowledge and wisdom within you. Just maybe past lives' persecutions has you a little fearful in voicing this wisdom, because some of it might seem really far-fetched to some people, especially those who aren't really spiritual, or to those who don't believe in these psychic visions or intuitiveness and clairaudience. For those who don't believe in blessed sight, but you are blessed with this gift. People say, those mad at this comes from the devil. No, you ignoramus. They come from God. God gave us this gift. Source, divine love gave us this gift. And you're, you're going to give others inspiration by communicating these ideas that's coming to you. You're going to help people, and don't let your ego talk you out of it, okay? Getting excited for you, yes, because you have a divine connection to source. You have for the past 3 lifetimes, you have had a divine connection with source. Aurora Borealis coming out. Aurora, divine light, divine, divine, divine. I just see a bunch of divine here. Power of the divine, divine connection, divine light. You're helping to bring divine light to this person. Might want to look up the house. Look, family room and house. Where are we going with this? Inspiring, maybe wanting to change up some things. Hard work. To a point of burnout. To a point of burnout, group 3. Also, that saying, just the last nail in the coffin comes to mind too. Something within your whatever is going to be forcing into this rest mode because it's needed, because you ignore the signs. You know you need more rest. You know you need more nutritional values in your life. You know you need more water, but you're ignoring it. So there might be coming a time of a situation that will put you into rest. Can we get more clarity on the coffin card though? What is that? Usually the coffin though, it doesn't mean actual physical death. It just means the ending to something. You've been here. You already know what this is talking about, group 3. But I get it. You like being on your own. You like your independence. You don't like being in the despair mentality. You like making your own money. I get that. Totally get that. You don't like being reliant on other people. Downcast that pride. Main female. Maybe this is what you were conditioned with growing up. Nikes. Am I recording? Thank God. Thoughts around a child though, and what you think you conditioned your children with. It's not your fault. Don't blame you. Don't blame yourself. Yeah. Also, how you were conditioned to see oh, if you can't marry for love, marry for money. That's not a good way to go. But, you know, maybe you were conditioned with this belief when you were a child, but also something about your child and dynamics. Anyways, I feel like somebody here is getting way more information than what I'm saying. You're very intuitive, very guided here. Joy is yours. What else do we got? Lover, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. The shadow attributes is obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. We have obsession down here. Obsessive passion that harms others, self-destructive devotion. And again, even if you were drawn to groups 1 or group 2, you might want to go back and watch one of those as well. I'm taking my time on these though, by the way, guys, if you haven't noticed. Oof. Exploitation of the female nature and form. Somebody here may have been thinking, oh, well, I can get by on my good looks. Or your mother figure may have been that kind of person, you know, a little promiscuous, that type of thing. The feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Great passion and devotion to yourself, group 3. Again, with the not relying on outsides, not relying on the knight in shining armor. Loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. Shadow attributes, allegiance to a destructive ruler or principle, romantic delusions. Group 2, I think, had the delusion card. Then I have karma. There's nothing from a past life that can't be addressed in the current one. History repeating itself. Not only your past lives, but your generational past lives, ancestors. You're a pioneer for them. You're making way. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Creation. Seeing things in a different light. Using your gifts and your talents and your abilities in different ways to help your dynamics, because that's what you came back to Earth for with this divine counterpart. That's what you guys, that's your contract. Compulsive need to keep moving on. Compulsive need to keep moving. And the work, the toil and labor card comes back to mind. The compulsive need to keep working. I have to provide, I have to do this, I have to do this. I can't stop because this will happen. Woo, you gotta stop though. You've been suffering in silence way too long. You've not been vocalizing the things you need to vocalize within your mental things, and you're transitioning out of this though. You're exploring new ways and new ideas. This is going to bring you melancholy and peace, especially being around kids. The child card again. And the thought card again. Oh. More on this subject, please. This completely flipped out and then flipped over. The Lord. The Lord is my Savior. I shall not. However the rest of that saying goes. Ah. Okay. Alright. For some of you, group 3, you might have thought that these thinking patterns around creation in a job or career, because we have merchant. Also, somebody might be inheriting a family business or something as well. But anyways, this is, I had it right in my head and now it lost me. It left me. Come on, Spirit, can you help me with this one, please? In reflection, in childhood, you may realize that you were really robbed of your childhood. You really didn't have a chance to be a child. And in others, you're reflecting that your parents really conditioned you with these certain ways, and now you're thinking, well, why do I have to do it this way? Why do I have to work all the time? I don't feel like I should. I feel like I should be out there exploring and spending my hard-earned money on things that bring me and my family happiness. Going on vacation, traveling, adventuring. And some of you might have been conditioned to believe that it was not okay to be sensual and not provocative, but scantily clad is what comes to mind. Like, don't show too much skin, yada yada. What else we got for you, group 3? Ooh, you're releasing it though. Look at that, and it's abundance. It's a lot that you're releasing within your family dynamics. Ooh, goodness, lordy mercy. You're calling the storm. Your inner child is calling this storm, group 3. But it's going to be okay. Because nobody's dying in the process. Nobody's physical harm is not being incurred on other people or yourself. These are just thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And I know it might sound a little cold-hearted of me to be like, they're just thoughts, feelings, and emotions. But honestly, they don't hurt anything or anyone but yourself. We let these things bother us. We let them. It's all in how we choose to perceive and how we choose to reflect and acknowledge, especially those things that are maybe some things that we really don't want to acknowledge that was within ourselves, I can sit here and say, yeah, at one point in my life, I was a very selfish, manipulative, mean little bitch. I judged people harshly. I was rude. I always did things for personal gain. Slow but steady, and we have abundance again. Look, ancient wisdom is being released within you. Oh, it's going to go down fine, though. You're going to be fine on this inner journey, okay? You're going to be aiding and teaching the kids, too. Helping your kids. As you help heal yourself, you're going to help heal your children. You have to do this inner work. You have to do the shadow work, group 3. Because that's what you promised the others with these soul contracts that would help do in this lifetime. And this is coming from another past life too. You were supposed to do it in a past life for them. Some things, healing the anger and resentment, releasing the anger and the resentment. As you heal yourself, you help heal your kiddos. Releasing anger around your psychic development. Not being fearful about other people being angry about your psychic awareness. There's transformation. There's 22 again. Transformation in it and how you're viewing it. Letting go and letting go and acknowledging that you're ascending. And once you acknowledge this and you become peaceful with it, you're going to move into balance, and you're not going to be so fearful of changes. because you're stripping illusions. Get grounded, my loves. There's new beginnings coming for you. Alright, I think I'm going to end it there, group 3. I think I could keep going, but I'm going to end it. One more. Yep, grounding. Get out into nature. Take a walk. Let the beauty of nature feed your soul. This too shall pass. No matter what is coming towards you, you can overcome it because you are a fucking warrior, right? You are not afraid of this storm because they're just words, thoughts, and feelings. Nobody's going to die. Own up to it, okay? And in the process, you're going to heal your inner child because your inner child is really fearful of, like, oh, your inner child is scared of the dark. You're not scared of the dark. It's your inner child that's scared of the dark. So what's there in the dark anything that's there in the light is also there in the dark, if that makes sense. Did I say that right? I don't remember. Create a sacred space, okay? Tomorrow, make it a plan. Set the intention now that you're going to create a sacred space. Set the intention that you're going to be okay with seeing the truth, acknowledging the truth. Make it okay that if you have an emotional release, if something makes you cry, it's okay. Everything is happening in divine timing and it's how it's supposed to, when it's supposed to. And let your creative flag fly and honor your energy, get some sun, and make sure to use your discernment about how, in creating that sacred space, and discernment towards sexual energy as well, and duality. But there's healing energy all around you, group 3. Woo! Love and light.